All right, as you can tell, we're up here in a tree. 22 degrees when I crawled up in this tree this morning. Absolutely freezing cold. It's 30 degrees now, so it's technically a heat wave. But crawled up here today to clear my head and think. If I lean over, I can get some of Madam Sunshine there. That's why I picked this tree, because I knew it'd get some sun on it pretty early this morning. It's been a beautiful morning, besides the fact I'm freezing. Seen about 17,422 squirrels, blue jay, a couple aggravating crows, no deer, but I didn't really come up here to see any deer. What I want to talk about today on this video is what I call the beach ball. I didn't even come up with the beach ball. I can't take credit for that. Dr. Mitchell taught it to me years ago, and I doubt that he's the first fellow to come up with the beach ball. But when we take life, that sideways part of life, and we shove it inside a beach ball, and then we got to figure out someplace to put the beach ball, we shove it down in the water. And if y'all have ever done that as a youngin' or as an adult or whatever, generally when that beach ball comes back up, it comes back with some vengeance. And that's kind of cool when you're a kid. But as an adult, when it's full of a bunch of junk that you don't know what to do with, it comes up sideways, slings this way, slings that way, and it's got a couple trailers behind it, and it's just a hot mess. And it's kind of how we do it. I'm not sure how we figured that out. Like, oh, hey, this is a great idea. Let's take all this junk we don't know what to do with and push it some down place, right? Compartmentalize it. I think to a degree, we know that it's kind of like when you get hit really hard and you got to get up, and I've been there. And then you get up and you kind of shake it off, but you just got to kind of suck it up a little bit. I think sometimes it starts off very gradual. We're like, well, I don't really know what to do with this, but I'm going to shove it down there and keep it there for a little bit. And then you have a few new things happen and life goes on. But then something comes along and bumps it. And I write about that in one of the books. And I call it a trigger. And something triggers it. It could be a sight, a smell, a sound, or whatever, a similar emotion that triggers it. And then bam, here comes the beach ball. Yesterday I got a phone call from a woman. I've written about her in a lot of the books. Love her to death. I call her the mother hen. Pretty self-explanatory. She's a mother hen. She's going to take care of her flock. I met her 10 years ago when her town got flipped upside down. Phenomenal woman. I remember the first day I saw her. I'm telling you, look at my eyes. I can remember it. She was navigating through that fire department, and she was on fire. Strong as could be. Just the soul of a racehorse, if there is such a damn thing. But she called yesterday, and she's jacked up. She got triggered. I've always known for 10 years now that she's a beach ball girl. Woman, I guess would be more politically correct. I don't feel it's my place to be that guy, to reach down in there and say, come on, let's pull that beach ball out. Nah, it ain't my place. My place is to be this guy, right? That's my little line to keep me from falling. So I think a lot of times the mother hen looks at me that way. She's got a tether to me, and when she needs it, she knows it's there, and that's why she calls. But we did talk about the beach ball yesterday, and we talked about her need to start addressing some of these issues because they're building. They've been building for a long time, and I promise you, I'm no psychologist, no psychiatrist, or no clinician. Today I'm a bow hunter, not necessarily a hog trapper. But I promise you, in her background before that 10 years, she started building that beach ball, and it's coming back. And it's important that we address it. It has to be addressed at some point. And if we don't address it, you'll see it come out when people get older. Their mind starts to slip a little bit. They can't kind of keep it all together. Kind of like your body. You know what I mean? I always look at the body and the mind as the same thing. I got ligaments and tendons that aren't as tight as they used to be, and that kinesiology tape that my physical therapist, I mean, hell, sometimes I feel like a mummy because she's always got tape all over me trying to hold all my junk together because I beat the hell out of it. You get older, it's kind of that way. All those mechanisms that you design start to break down, and then here it comes. It comes up at the worst, inappropriate, inconvenient times. So that being said, think about that beach ball. And again, if you're in the mission, you're in the mode, you got to be strong for your family, be strong for your brothers and sisters. I get it. You got to. But at some point, you can't keep shoving it down in the hole. You can't fill that hole up with other stuff to try to keep it down in there. Concrete, alcohol, pills, whatever it is, it don't matter. It's coming back up because it was meant to come back up. When I met the mother hen, I had some coworkers tell me that I seemed to be awful close to these people. At the time, that hurt because these people are my people. No different. Nobody's immune to life and what life hands us. When I've met people that have been through a bunch of junk and they're wrapped around the axle, I'm seeing them at their absolute best. And you may out there in TV land go, well, that don't make no sense. Think about it. If we strip away all of the things we're concerned about, the image we're portraying, the acceptance, everything. I mean, after 56 years, people are finally starting to see me at my core. This is my core. I don't care anymore. I really don't. Whatever the good Lord put in here, He's wanting it out there. A very wise woman told me that several years ago, that I have a message. I think I figured it out. So back to these people. When you meet people, when their ass has been handed to them, when you meet people that have had their worlds flipped upside down, they're not trying to win your love. They just want to be loved. Those are some of the most significant, deep-rooted, fantastic relationships that I've ever had. The closeness of that bond is just off the charts. So when you meet people that have been to hell and back, and they're trying to get out of hell, you're meeting them at their best. So we run along on time, and I'm getting kind of intense. Might be too intense for some of you out there, but my wife said it a couple years ago. She said, "Do you always got to be so intense?" Well, it's 28 years now we've been married. And I said, man, after like 26 years, you ain't figured that out. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of what we got going on today here in these woods. And then actually I am going to get down because I'm freezing. And I'm going to head up there to the house. And where am I today? I grew up here. The reason my fingers and toes hurt, 40 years ago, I rode up that hill on a Harley before they were cool. And got my fingers and toes frostbit. Yeah, man, that's wisdom. So let me grab this camera off my bow mount and give you a tour. Show you my little stand here. Ain't very big. Good Lord, we run a long on time. 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Who am I today? I'm a guy in a tree, freezing as you know what off, and feeling so blessed. And I don't know, blessed to have met these people. These people have absolutely changed my life. And I know they think that I saw them at their worst, but I absolutely saw them at their best. So hopefully this video helps, and let us know.
you.